Part 2, Writing Quadratic Functions in Standard Form. Write the equation of the quadratic function f, represented by the following graph, in standard form, then use algebra to rewrite the equation in general form. So our standard form is f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. We know that hk is the vertex, which is this point right here, and that's the point 3, 2. So I have a times x minus 3 squared plus 2. Now I need to determine a. I know that a is a negative number because my parabola opens down. It looks like there might not have been a vertical stretch or compression at all, but to find out for sure, especially when the graph is not super neat, we can find another point on the graph. So this point here is 4, 1. And I'm going to substitute that in for my x and y. So I have 1 equals a times 4 minus 3 squared plus 2. And this will let me solve for a. If I subtract 2 from both sides, I get negative 1 equals a times 1 squared, or a equals negative 1. So my function f of x equals negative 1 times x minus 3 squared plus 2. The second part of the question said to rewrite the equation in general form. So that will be negative x minus 3 times x minus 3, then plus 2. If I FOIL, I get x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus 2. And now I'll distribute the negative through the parentheses. And then combine like terms. And I get negative x squared plus 6x minus 7. So we wrote our equation in two different forms. This was standard form, and this one down here at the bottom is general form. Rewrite f of x equals 2x squared minus 4x minus 1 in standard form. Standard form looks like f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. To get it in this form, I'm going to need to complete the square. To complete the square, we're first going to factor out the 2 from every term that has an x. Then I'll leave a blank, and I'll keep the minus 1 outside of that parentheses. Then I need to complete the square inside the parentheses. To do that, we do half of the b, so half of negative 2 squared. Half of negative 2 is negative 1, and negative 1 squared is 1. But I can't just add something to an equation. That changes the whole value. Notice if I distribute through the 2 through the parentheses, what I added was 2. So if I add 2, I need to subtract 2 to keep my function the exact same as it started. I added 2, I need to subtract 2. Now I have 2 times x minus 1 squared, when I factor that, minus 3. And this is in our standard form. So our vertex is the point 1, 3. It opens up because the 2 is our a value, which is positive. So we are done. Our f of x equals 2 times x minus 1 squared minus 3.